welcome back to Dexon. We've got some very exciting news today. So we have a delivery from our good friends at Kaon. Kaon's been, I guess, a part of our Hilux build. It's been a part of Dermy's 80 build. They're a brand that we've been aligned with for a couple of years. They're an Aussie brand. They make incredible products, and today they've shipped us out 2 parcels. So we're going to unbox them today. And what do we got here? I think I've opened the bag the opposite way because my home address is on the other side. Don't want to show anyone. Seems like we've got a Velcro label kit. Got a few more options here. And a third one, stash it. Got a few more of those. Another stash it kit, which seems like it's a bag. And another bag. This is really cool. So this packaging, although it might look like plastic, it's biodegradable in 7 years. So good on Kaon, thinking about the environment. Got a few more bags. I'll open all these bags in a minute. And something also very exciting. I've got a get outside hoodie. You don't need to tell me twice, Kaon. So you might have seen these in some of Kaon's previous advertisements or product launches. These are like little bags that you can put, I guess, some of your belongings in. These labels can stick to the Velcro hook and loop here, so you can mix and match depending on what you want to put in your little bags. All the labels and packaging and branding, such high detail. A bigger variant. All right, sweet. So to my knowledge, the bag will then stick onto that. So, all right, the good stuff. So like a good birthday card, you need to open the card before the present. Hey Julian, thank you so much for all the support. You have the best looking Hilux in Australia. Well, Emma, you didn't need to say that. Thank you. What do we got in here? Got some hardware. I feel like a kid at a candy store. If you're not familiar with Kaon, they specialize in doing mounting accessories for a wide variety of vehicles. And for a long time, I know I've been on Kaon's back. If you can figure out a solution where I can mount some more gear in the Hilux, it would be Mickey. Gave them some ideas, and out of the blue, they have just sent this box to me. I'm very, very happy. So let's get into mounting this into the Hilux. So normally when I get to camp, I'm kind of like doing loops around the car to try and grab different pieces. So Kaon have now come up with the solution to have the Molle mounted to the back window here. With all the bags that they have, you can kind of mix and match and kind of create a mounting solution that suits your rig. The hardware that comes in the kit, in the box, essentially that will go into where the headrest sits. So the headrest legally needs to be there if you are carrying passengers in the back. The good thing is they are giving you an option. So if you decide to remove both headrests and then solely just focus on using the Molle itself, you can slide these bolts in. But if you are still carrying passengers, the Molle will end up hooking underneath the headrest itself to keep it secure. So I guess having the option to mix and match is always a good option. Get yourself a small screwdriver. Where these close hooks are, there's a little crevice. You can slide it in. It will engage the hook. What you want to do is push the screwdriver in through the top part and then twist it down. All right, all I'm going to do now is remove my headrests on both sides of the car. To remove your headrest, all you need to do is push here. Okay, so basically the Velcro panel hook and loops into the Molle itself to keep the bags nice and secure. So we kind of figured out a bit of a layout and I guess a positioning on how I want the storage bags located. And again, these just Velcro directly on. I've pre-mounted one to show you guys. At the front, it's all nice and flush. And then on the back, you can see where we've hook and looped into the Molle to keep everything nice and secure. Sorry, my brain glitched then. So we've mounted 1 and 2. I'm going to mount the third one, and then I can show you guys what we're going to do with the bags and the setup, and then put it back into the Hilux. So on the Molle, you might find these plastic washers. So basically where the headrest will fall into place in here, the N80 and the N90 for some reason have different distances. So these washers spin. So you need to find out, depending on what model you have, what spacing you need. Basically we pull the Molle off and we fitted our headrest through to ensure that we had the correct position. So I'm going to put my middle headrest back in, and I've positioned the Velcro to sit higher so the bag won't obstruct the top of this. I'm going to be using the supplied bolts to mount the Molle into the headrests, I guess, holes, because I don't carry any passengers. And I want to utilize, I guess, the Molle for as much storage as possible. So to do that, grab the bolt and then straight in. All right, the Molle is mounted on the back window. So now the fun part, I get to choose out of all the labels that they have here, what goes on what bag. A lot of you might be assuming the big bag would be for snacks. I actually don't love snacks. But yeah, the cool thing is you can get to mix and match. So I guess in between different trips and stuff, I might change what label goes on what bag, but I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do now. And then you're just gonna cut to the final shot where it's all mounted. So the good thing about having the Molle on the back window is I can interchange depending on if I'm going, I guess, to the snow or if I'm going to the beach. And having a Molle gives me access to different, I guess, components that I can mount. I do want to mount the first aid kit here as well. You know, whether you've got an axe or some tools and stuff, you can interchange. So good work to Kaon, and very thankful for the Molle and the extra storage. So there you have it, the N80 and N90 Molle mounted to the back window of the Hilux. I definitely wanted to say thank you to Kaon, to Tin, to Emma, to the family. They're a business that I'm very proud to get behind and support, and I've been running Kaon gear in the Hilux for over half a decade now. Thank you, Kaon, for stealing my idea, well, actually giving you my idea of the back window Molle. Let's see these Molles getting around on Hiluxes all around Australia.